The Scream by Edvard Munch is one of the most famous paintings in the entire world. This painting depicts almost the entire essence of Munch's life. There are elements in this painting that relate back to family tragedies, as well as express a horrifying memory induced from mental illness. This painting is the only painting by Munch that encaptures many of the main aspects of his life. In the foreground, there's a distressed figure with their hands on either side of their face. The figure seems to be screaming, while two other figures walk away in the background. The figure is next to a railing that overlooks Edinburgh, Norway. There are actually 4 different versions of this painting, made with different art mediums. The first version of the Scream was painted in 1893 with paint on cardboard. This painting is currently at the National Gallery in Oslo and is the most well-known version. The second version of the Scream was also created in 1893, but was made with crayon on cardboard. This version is more dull compared to the other 3, and the face is more round. The painting is currently at the Munch Museum in Oslo. The third version was created in 1895 with pastels. This version uses brighter and lighter colors than the other 3. In 2012, this painting was sold at an auction to an anonymous bidder for almost $120 million. The fourth and final version was created in 1910 using paint and is currently being held at the Munch Museum in Oslo. The Scream is actually part of a larger collection that Munch called the Frieze of Life. After Hitler invaded Norway in 1940, Munch decided to lock all of his paintings up in his house known as Ekeli. There, he stored 1,008 paintings, 4,448 drawings, and 15,391 other pieces of artwork. Munch was aware that Hitler did not like his paintings. Hitler referred to Munch as an art forger and said that he produced degenerate art. The Nazis were ordered to remove all of Munch's paintings from their collections. A total of 82 paintings were removed. Thomas Olsen, a neighbor and friend of Munch's, recovered 74 of the 82 different pieces of art, which included a colorful version of the Scream. Olsen hid the artwork in a hay barn until the Nazis left Norway at the end of World War II. Munch died before the end of the war, so the painting was passed down to Thomas Olsen's son, Peter. The painting was auctioned off at Sotheby's in 2012 to an anonymous phone bidder.
And now to a major moment. Edvard Munch, The Scream, from 1895. Here he is. 44 is bid, 45 in the room, 46, 47 in the room, and 48 is already 48 is on my left, 49 with Patty, at 49, 50 in the room.
After Munch passed away in 1944, all of the unsold artwork that he possessed, which includes all of the art from his Ekeli house, was given to the city of Oslo. The city decided to build the Munch Museum in 1963 in his honor, where many of his works, including The Scream, are presented. Munch had a rough life leading up to the creation of this painting. His mother passed away in 1868 from tuberculosis when Munch was only 5 years old. His sister, Johanne Sophie, also passed away from tuberculosis in 1877 at the age of 15. Munch's painting, The Sick Child, is a depiction of his sister before she passed away. Laura Munch, his other sister, spent most of her life in a mental institution, while his only brother died at the age of 30 from pneumonia. The location of the Scream is based on Edinburgh, Norway, and the walking path in Edinburgh, which this painting was created after, is known for being able to hear the screams from the mental institution in which his sister was admitted. This path also overlooks their family home, where his mother and sister both passed away. Munch himself recalled the memory that was the inspiration for this painting. He said, "One evening I walked down a hillside path near Christiana, together with 2 comrades. It was a time during which life had ripped open my soul. The sun went down, the sea dipped quickly under the horizon. It was as if a flaming sword of blood cut open the firmament. The air turned to blood with cutting veins of flame. The hillsides became a deep blue, the fjord cut in a cold blue amongst yellow and red colors. That shrill blood red. On the road and the fence, the faces of my comrades became a garish yellow white. I felt a huge scream welling up inside me, and I really did hear a huge scream. The colors in nature broke the lines in nature. The lines and colors quivered with movement. These vibrations of light caused not only the oscillations of my eyes, my ears were also affected and began to vibrate, so I actually heard a scream. This painting is the only thing that has survived of Munch that expressed the true inner feelings and issues in him. If this painting had not survived World War II, Munch's life would have been forgotten by many and remembered by few. The Scream was first stolen on February 12, 1994, from the National Gallery in Oslo, Norway. The thieves broke into the building on a ladder and left a note that read, "Thanks for the poor security." 3 months later, the painting was returned.
One of the world's most famous modern paintings, The Scream by Edvard Munch, has been stolen from Norway.
They went up the ladder and fell off, and then went up again and broke in the window and went in to collect the painting. At Scotland Yard, on the Monday, we came up with a plan. Just pose as the representatives of the J. Paul Getty Museum in California and tell these guys there's money to be had if they'll give us the picture back. The character I came up.
In 2004, armed gunmen stole The Scream, the version made in 1910, and Munch's Madonna during the daylight at Oslo's Munch Museum. In August of 2006, M&M's released a campaign for dark chocolate M&M's, while also offering a reward of 2 million M&M's for the return of the paintings. On August 31, 2006, the convict revealed the location of the paintings. During his plea bargain, he asked for the 2.2 tons of candy. However, the cash value of the candy, which is worth $26,000, was awarded to the Norwegian authorities, who then donated the money to the Munch Museum. The painting of The Scream inspired the mask for the horror film The Scream. The Scream was originally called The Scream of Nature. All of Edvard Munch's paintings are in the public domain in countries that embrace the life plus 70 years rule, meaning that 70 years after the artist dies, the painting is no longer subject to copyright.